Thanks, Riaz. At 6:30 on the dot. Good morning. Storm season is off to a deadly start in the U.S. At least 17 people have been killed by tornadoes that pummeled the central and southern parts of the country. A twister in the suburbs of Little Rock, Arkansas is blamed for the deaths of 16 people. Things happen with such intensity, one witness describes everything quickly turning pitch black before all hell broke loose. One person was also killed in Oklahoma. The U.S. President Barack Obama says the Federal Emergency Management Agency will work in affected areas. Obama is traveling in the Philippines. He sent his deepest condolences to those touched by the storm. Both Surrey Mounties and the Independent Investigations Office are looking into what led to a shooting at Surrey's Gateway SkyTrain station. Transit police opened fire on a suspect outside the station at around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Looks like the shots were fired at a person taking off in a car. There are no reports of any injuries, and it's believed the driver still has not been found.
My understanding, they've asserted their jurisdiction to conduct the investigation into the actions of the transit police members that were involved, and Surrey RCMP Major Crime Section is conducting a parallel investigation into the actions of the other person involved.
Vancouver police are investigating an accident involving one of their vehicles. It was transporting a prisoner to jail when it was hit by a car at Hastings and Gore. The VPD says its van appeared to have a green light.
One of the other things that we'll be looking at is the fact that the speed limit here on Hastings, a short portion of Hastings is 30 kilometers an hour, and that's another thing that we'll be looking to see if speed was involved.
The driver of the police wagon was able to kick his way out of the vehicle and free the prisoner, who was taken to hospital and then to jail. The driver of the car was not hurt either. A man found guilty of causing the crash that killed 2 women standing on a Coquitlam roadside in 2011 is expected to face sentencing today. The judge in Corey Sater's case said the man has had 6 double Ryan Cokes and 2 shots before he drove his Jeep into Charlene Reevely and Lorraine Cruz. The women were standing on the side of the Lougheed Highway after witnessing a previous accident. Sater left the scene after he hit them. He's expected to be sentenced for dangerous driving causing death and impaired driving causing death in a New Westminster courtroom this morning. Today, we remember those who lost their lives on the job in our province, and the numbers tell a concerning story. Last year, 128 workers in BC died because of workplace injury or disease, including 6 employees between 15 and 24 years old. People who work in manufacturing, construction, the primary resources sector, and transportation continue to face the highest risks on the job. In Vancouver, a commemorative ceremony will start at 10:30 this morning at Jack Pool Plaza. The goal is to raise awareness and ultimately reduce the risk to workers in all industries. It's a hot spot for Vancouver dog lovers, but many pet owners are not happy with potential changes to the Trout Lake area. A large number of owners rallied at John Hendry Park yesterday, upset with a park board plan that would seriously shrink the size of the off-leash area. The proposal also calls for better signage and fencing to separate it from the rest of the park. Pet owners want the opposite of what the board is considering.
I'd like to make sure that everyone's aware that we are not a small minority, that there's a lot of us. The city's estimating between 100 and 145,000 dogs in the city. I mean, that's certainly no small number of dogs in Vancouver. And if every single one of us wanted to go to a park on a Saturday, we only have 17 off-leash dog areas in Vancouver in the summer that isn't time restricted.
The board says it needs to make changes because of complaints about dogs from other park users. A reported 800 people have signed up for a Facebook campaign opposing the plan. And tonight, the Vancouver Park Board will discuss a motion to temporarily expand the fenced off-leash dog park at Hinge Park. The village on False Creek, the Park Board Commissioner says the demand in that dog park is higher than anticipated. All right, it is just coming up on 6:35. Time to get you up to speed on a very busy weekend in sports. Here's Carolyn Cameron.